I want to tell you about family cooperatives. We have parenting cooperatives, which are really neighbourhood cooperatives, and that's another video. I'll put a link. And what this is about is families who form a cooperative. That's a formal arrangement between a group of people who agree to cooperate on whatever it is they're keen to do. Now, this is what we're keen to do, is to keep children within the family. So you have a family cooperative, and you can put it formally down as members of your family cooperative are, and these are people who have pledged to support you and your family and the children. Right. What that means is that instead of social services picking on the weakest member of the family, or the weakest parent, I don't want to remind you of anything so sad, and be warned before you look it up. But I'm talking about a report that uncovered the injustice and the corruption of two cases. One was a little girl, a beautiful little girl called Star Hobson. Look it up if you wish, but it will break your heart, be warned. And the other was an equally beautiful little boy called Arthur LaBenjo Hughes. Arthur LaBenjo Hughes. And there was a report that was from an inquest that was done in 2022, and it discovered that, lo and behold, heavens to Murgatroyd, they were telling porcupines in the court. I don't know who on earth would do such a thing, but this is how they got away with it. They were picking on the weakest, most vulnerable parent and placing, obviously the judges can only go by what's put in front of them. So they were going by this false information, false reports, and a load of lies and misinformation. And that was how they made the decision to put these children, both these children, different cases, but both the children went to the most dangerous and volatile parent who had the most dangerous and volatile partners. And that's what actually happened. But the crux of the whole thing was that the reports, the initial reports written by social workers, were completely false. So we can only imagine what happened, but I can't imagine it being very much, otherwise we'd hear about the prison sentences and such. So we can imagine if there was anything, it wasn't much. Maybe a reprimand or something. So this is what you're up against. Now, the idea of a cooperative, which is a perfectly legal arrangement, they cannot argue about that. They cannot argue about a parenting cooperative, because every member of your family who wants to participate and become a member of this cooperative, all they have to do is just pledge. That's the one word they need to use, pledge, to support the parenting cooperative. So that means that if they want to catch anybody and they want to ask them questions, you don't have to answer that question straight away. You can say, well, I'm responsible to the cooperative, the family cooperative, and I need to hear their input. They need to have a say in this, and they need to know about this. I'll put that to the cooperative and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you for your question. Also, another thing, you must remember that you are living a life under caution. You're being interviewed by social services. You are under caution, because anything you say will be written down and may be used against you in court as evidence. So for that reason, you need to be very careful. Avoid answering questions and take everything and consult your cooperative on all of these questions, and the cooperative will get back to you, not you. You're not making any decisions on your own because you're a member of a cooperative, and that's what a cooperative does. You're not being obtuse, you're not denying, or you're not being unhelpful or uncooperative. No, on the contrary, you are being cooperative. This is your cooperative, not theirs. That's the only difference. So you can keep that to yourself, and you can keep that information with you. And if they harass you for information, you've got to say that in this environment you are under caution. Constantly, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from now until the court case, you are living under caution. Where they'll be looking at your social media posts, they may even get access to your text messages if needs be, but they can find out anything. But the idea, if you look up the idea of a cooperative, and we have it on parentingcooperatives.com. Cooperatives, as you know, are extremely successful. One reason being, it's a bit of a flaw, I must admit, but one reason it works so well is because you're making decisions collectively, so that you're all in agreement. Well, in the case of a family cooperative, you're all in agreement that you want to keep the child or children within their family. And that's a really good way of inviting people into the court. Because if they're part of a cooperative, they have every right to attend the court with you. You'd have to ask the judge's permission, it obviously depend on the numbers, etc. But if they're part of your cooperative, they have the right to ask. And so instead of going into the court, into these proceedings like Billy No Mates on your little Onio, looking vulnerable, you're going to go in there with your head held high. You're going to be mighty powerful because you'll have all of this cooperative behind you. So that's how a parenting cooperative works. And I'll be honest with you, certainly at this stage, they don't know how to deal with it. I dare say they'll bring out some kind of legislation like they did with legal aid. At one time you could get a solicitor from outside your own area. So they changed the law so that you can't do that anymore. You've got to get legal aid, you've got to use a solicitor within your own district. So I dare say with this, forming a parenting cooperative, which is perfectly legal, they will find some way to stop you from using that in the court, because right now, guys, they are stumped. They do not know how to deal. There's nothing in their rule book that says you deal with a parenting cooperative this way or that way or whatever. They just don't know what to do with you. Because you're part of a parenting cooperative, you're not refusing to answer the questions, you're just wanting to consult other people and other members of the cooperative. Take care, guys. This is the most powerful thing ever to come out of this charity, and it's free. Free. We can't ask for anything other than a donation to the charity, which I'm sure if it brings results to you, please, a small donation to the charity. It's not too much to ask. Thanks again, guys. I'll keep you all informed as best I can of all the progress we're making at keeping children with their natural parents. And it's wonderful to me. I'm just so excited to share these things with you. Whenever you're ready, just get in touch. It's all there on the websites when I'm available. If you want a Zoom call, my phone numbers, everything's there. So get in touch, keep me informed. If you need any help or whatever, let me know. I can't give you legal advice. If you already have a solicitor or somebody advising you, I can't give you legal advice, but I can put you in the right direction of how to keep your children safe and how to present a good case to the court. Talk soon.